this week is actually going to be kind of a workout fitness week for us. Hello, I'm Kay.
I'm JR.
And today is May the 24th, Monday. And the first thing we are going to do is our holidays of the week.
Yeah, the 21st was Friday. You're like almost off.
I know, it's 24th, 21st. They both start with an F. So. On today, the holidays for today is National Escargot Day, National Brothers Day, National Scavenger Hunt Day, and International Tiara Day.
Escargot, you can have that crap. Anyway, Tuesday, May 25th, National Wine Day, National Missing Children's Day, National Brown Baggage Day, and National Tap Dance Day. Children's Missing Day should be every day because children go missing all the time.
Right. And then on Wednesday, we have National Blueberry Cheesecake Day, National Paper Airplane Day, National Sally Ride Day, and International Otter Day.
You are very silly critters. Sally Ride,
Sally Ride was the teacher that died on the Challenger in...
Thank you for clearing that up. Then we have May 27th, National Grape Popsicle Day, National Cellophane Tape Day, and National Sunscreen Day.
Right. I think it's because it's starting to get more sunny. We're getting close to the summer, and everybody needs to remember, put on some sunscreen. On Friday, we have National Hamburger Day.
The day I can get behind.
National Brisket Day. Yep. Amnesty International Day. And National Don't Fry Friday. And there's a reason for that. Because on Monday is Memorial Day, and the Friday before is Don't Fry, so that you can do it on Monday, which is Memorial Day.
Then we have Saturday, May 29th, which is National Put a Pillow on your fridge Day. I don't get that.
I could not find
National
where that came from.
Paperclip Day, Learn About Composting Day, and International Jazz Day. Yeah, put a pillow on your fridge day.
I don't get it, but it was something that was on every site that I went to that showed the daily holidays. That was there, and I just don't get it. On Sunday, we have National Mint Julep Day, National Water a Flower Day, National Creativity Day, and International Multiple Sclerosis Day.
I've never had a mint julep in my life.
I haven't either. To me, that always seemed like a prissy drink.
Isn't that drink they have at the
horse races?
Especially prominent at the Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky Derby, right? That's
like their biggest seller.
Yeah, something like that.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to try it. I guess. I mean,
right.
It can't hurt.
No. Okay.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I just spit it out.
Right. Next is our good news of the day, and I have a couple of them. The first one is an 11-year-old fought off a kidnapper.
See, I didn't read this. I didn't see this.
I did. I saw it. And Mariska Hargitay from SVU, from Law & Order SVU, actually called and surprised her on a Zoom call and congratulated her for fighting off.
Where did this happen at?
In New York. It was, I think, upstate New York. Let me make sure. Let me go and see real quick. I don't know if they show where the little girl is from. See, this is the little girl and her mother, and they were on Zoom. Oh, she lives in Florida.
So it happened in Florida.
Yeah, she lives in Florida. She was at a bus stop playing, and a man came up and tried to kidnap her, and she fought off the kidnapper and was able to get away. And I think they have caught the kidnapper, but Mariska Hargitay called on Zoom, contacted her mother and called her on Zoom and congratulated her on fighting for her life. Because
Mariska Hargitay, since being on SVU, has gotten more, in my opinion, more aware of like
children's
not just children, but just SVU crime. She has been like more advocating since she started. She's gotten more advocating for SVU crimes in real life, and especially women. But she doesn't just discriminate. She looks at all crimes when it comes to sexual violence against people and kidnapping. She's become more aware and more of
an advocate.
More of a help seeking justice for people.
Right. This one is about teenagers were all excited about something. It's not about the Friends thing. It's down here. The Utah Jazz basketball team. For every win they had this season, they gave a scholarship to a student.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. The Utah Jazz basketball team gave a full scholarship to a random student for every single win that they got for the whole season. So these, and I didn't count how many on this picture here. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 4, 5. And I think they got, I don't remember, I didn't look up the team's average, but for every single game that they won this season, they got in touch with a high school student and gave them a scholarship to their...
in Utah?
No, it's to the student's preferred college, wherever they were going to.
But what school? Like
whatever school the student was accepted to.
Oh, so they just they had people, so people submitted people that they...
Right.
And that they... Basically, people get to submit who they think deserves a scholarship, and then they...
I don't know how they chose it. Actually, it doesn't say in the Utah. They did 30 scholarship winners, and it was to wherever whatever college the student was accepted to, that the student was going to.
So they had to have some. So they wasn't just exclusively from the state of Utah.
No, it wasn't. It was random. It was random from all around the country.
Oh, okay. So basically, people had to submit names, and then they go from there.
I think that's
the way it would. Right. I would honestly think it would work.
And then this last one is the story that you wanted to highlight. A Virginia deputy actually lifted a car, an overturned car, to save a woman that was trapped.
It goes to show you what I've said. I've said for years that adrenaline, can cause people to do shit that you don't think that you're capable of.
Right.
I mean, does it go scroll down? Does it say anything in the story? Yeah. It goes to show you when adrenaline pushes.
Right.
Things, your body and your mind.
A lot of times it's associated with mothers who will help with it.
Right.
But anybody can do it. I mean, this deputy.
I don't know what size car it was.
It was a small. I think it was an electric car. A small electric car. It had turned over, and the woman was pinned and was trapped. And the deputy was able to push the car and get the car off of the woman to save her life.
Right.
And it just goes to show
you what our bodies can do.
Right. That also goes to show you that not all cops, not all police officers are bad.
Well,
there are some that are bad, but there are good police officers. I would like to have the bad ones weeded out, just like everybody, but there are good ones, and I don't think that all police officers should be blamed for the bad ones, because I know bad ones and good ones,
Right.
And this is an example of a good police officer who saved a woman's life. She was pinned by her sunroof, and there was a child in the car.
Did you actually watch the video?
No, I didn't. But her child was in the car. Her child would have watched her die.
And where did this happen at?
Virginia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If that police officer had not acted as quickly as he did and saved that woman, her child would have had to watch her die.
Right.
So,
and like I said, it goes to show you what adrenaline can do, our bodies can do.
Right.
When put into a position to where we get super strength,
right.
And we don't know where it comes from.
It's adrenaline.
Even
adrenaline.
Before I met you, I have seen countless stories of young boys, young men, two and three men. They lifted this Ford F-250. These three men all together lifted it up off of a person.
Mm-hmm.
It just goes to show you when your adrenaline, what our bodies are capable of.
Right.
Versus what we don't know.
Right. Most of the time it's associated with women and their children, because when it comes to a child, being a mother myself, I know when it comes to a child, your brain stops and all you think about is helping your child or saving your child. That is all you think about. Your entire body will change to save your child.
Right.
That is the thing about that.
That's why it's called super strength.
Right.
So.
But our topic today, this week, is actually going to be kind of a workout fitness week for us. We both started last week. We started a new workout regimen at our gym, and we wanted to talk about the things that we've learned about our bodies over our journeys. He has been on his journey for 4 years. I've been on mine for maybe about a year now. I had surgery in February, but I had started well before February, redoing things in my life.
So about around October, November, like the beginning,
right.
The ending of October, the beginning of November last year is when you really truly started.
Right. I quit smoking. I started counting calories and watching my diet. I moved over to pretty much a keto diet.
I wouldn't call it keto. I would just call it low carb, high protein,
but that's
low fat.
That's what keto diet is.
No, keto's got higher fat in it than you think.
Right. I do keep fat down, but we have quite a few. I know this week on this channel we are going to be uploading about our workout routines, which I'm going to give you a little sample of today on here. But one thing I wanted to talk about, he wanted me to talk about something that I learned this week. When I first got back to the gym, when I started, I had told him I didn't want to do a lot of machines or weights on my legs because I walk so much and I do elliptical and I do stair climbers. So in my brain, my legs were getting worked out.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing muscle work because I was walking so much. I'm walking uphill, I'm doing treadmill, I'm doing the elliptical. My legs, to me, was getting worked out. Well, this week, for this next 6 weeks, we started last week. For the next 6 weeks, I decided I'm going to do 3 days a week of weightlifting. And one of those days is strictly for legs. So I know that I have moved pinball machines with my legs. I had serious muscles in my legs. And this week, when I started my leg workout, I did not have the leg strength. I could barely do 15 pounds.
Because it's a different
right.
set of movements. And I've tried to explain that to you right. on multiple occasions. I have been at this longer than you.
Right.
So I know what the difference is.
Right.
I have said.
See, this is me doing that glute machine, and that was hard.
Because you said you was doing it wrong. See, I told you how to do it that way.
Right, but I mean, you can't see the weights that I'm doing, but I'm only doing like 10 pounds here.
Right, but you said I told you had to put your foot flat.
Right.
See, you was doing it different, and I told you putting it flat is the way you're supposed. And you looked at the machine.
Right, but it's still difficult for me. I've lost so much of the strength in my legs. I can barely do 10, 15 pounds with my legs, and that's something that I've learned. I know I've lost about 50 pounds since last year. I have, and I know I can see it in the top part of my body, but I can see it in my legs as well. And I really think that I've lost a good bit of muscle.
Yeah, you never cross your legs like that as much.
Right. But I really think I've lost a good bit of muscle in my legs. And this past week I was a little discouraged because I really haven't lost pounds this week, but I have lost inches. And that's telling me that I'm gaining muscle back. I'm starting to work out, and I'm gaining muscle back in my legs and in my arms and stuff. So it's something that I learned, that I was so wrong that my legs were getting enough workout, because they really weren't.
It goes to show you what I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
I've never, and you sit there and argue with me about this, that I've always shunned cardio. No, that is not the case. That is not the case.
Right.
I never thought cardio the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought cardio was only good for mostly like heart health and lung health and keeping you breathe, for
right.
things like that. I never really associated how much it can work being, and because now I'm doing 6 to 7 miles a day, and
right.
it's helping me maintain the weight loss at a slow pace.
Right.
And now I have a little bit more respect for runners than I did in the past. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to become a marathon runner and run marathons every 2-3 months.
Right.
But I have a little bit more appreciation for people that do cardio. These
right.
basketball players and these baseball players and football players that they not only do strength training, but they have cardio incorporated,
right.
because
they have a lot of cardio because they're moving all the time,
right.
and they need that cardio.
Right.
And I mean, I've actually...
Some of them need it, some of them naturally have it.
Right.
I mean, they have naturally gifted athletes that don't need to do as much cardio because they're naturally gifted.
Right. And to me, I have learned a new respect for weightlifting. I mean, I'm not going to do free weights. I'm not.
Maybe one day,
but right now I'm definitely not confident enough in my weight, my lifting abilities. Plus, I'm still having some issues with my wrist. But I have learned that
once you
using the machines and doing weightlifting does help, because since I've started that, I have more energy.
Once you reach about 50 pounds on your machines,
right,
then you can explore free weights, because the lowest weight, just the bar itself, is 45, 50 pounds. So once you get to, like, I don't know if you'll ever get that high, but you never know.
Right.
You might get to 65 pounds per, 3 sets of 6.
Right.
And then once you reach that, you can try free weights, because like I said, the only thing, the bars by itself is 45 or 55 pounds just without weight.
Right.
And the Smith machine that you're doing squats on is only 15 pounds without any weights.
I can show everybody me doing squats.
Yeah, because
I actually have that pulled up.
Right, because
it's me doing. Now I cannot go down very far. Right now, and that's something else, because it's my legs that won't let me. It's not my hips. It's not it's my legs. And I really thought that my legs were in shape, and they really aren't. I am finding my legs don't have much strength at all. I don't have a whole lot of mobility. I can walk no problem. I can do my elliptical. I can do the stair climbers, no problem. But doing like squats and doing
that's why after the next 6 weeks is over, and the next one, I'm gonna have you incorporate glute bridges and squats on 2 different days though.
Right.
Because the glute bridges,
And I mean, you do squats so much better than I do.
But I've been doing this for.
I mean, this is you doing squats, and you do it so much better.
But I've been doing this 2 years, a little over 2 years in the gym. So of course my squats are going to be better than yours.
Right. You can get down much further than I can. I mean.
But I put that bench under me and I got those pins under me. Because
to keep you from falling.
Right. Well, not falling. If I feel that I'm going to fall, the weights will drop on those pins and they won't crush me.
Right. And then you won't fall on the ground, you'll fall on the bench.
And for those following us, they got a new machine coming to our gym called Rhino Belt Squats. Right. I can't wait to try it. If it takes the pressure off of holding a bar on my neck and just wraps a belt, and I just do squats that way, it's going to be a game changer.
Right. I mean, I'm going to keep doing the Smith machine, doing squats right now. I'm learning that the muscles, I haven't been working all of my muscles in my body. Even doing the yoga that I do, I still don't.
Well, I'm just trying the squats, bench, and deadlift for 6 weeks and see how that works.
Right. And then I'm doing 3 days a week. And I mean, I do 6 push on Monday. I do 6 leg muscles on Wednesday, or leg machines on Wednesday, and then 6. I do push. Yeah, I do push on Monday and pull on Friday. On Fridays.
It's usually push, pull, legs, but you can mix it up however you want.
But I don't do the legs on Friday, because for the way that we have things set up is I do the majority of my work when I'm doing editing, when I'm doing computer work. I do my work on the weekends. It's not, so that to me is not a time to rest, because I'm working on the weekends. That's when I do all of our editing and all of our uploading is on the weekends, so that I can have the weeks off. So I would rather do my legs on Wednesdays, and then I have Thursday and Friday to heal and to relax.
Pull this up to show you.
So I mean, I have, I'm like that. To me, like I said, my working is on the weekends. My working is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday is when we're uploading. I'm editing on the computer. I'm doing all of our household bills, and I do most of my cleaning, and everything I get done Monday through Saturday through Tuesday. And then I have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is the days that I take off. That's, that was one of the things, that was what we wanted to address for working out.
Also, working out in your meal plan.
Yeah, the second thing we want to talk about is meals and eating. You have to change in today's world, we are taught from a young age, clean your plate, eat everything on your plate, no matter if you're full or not.
Yeah, they put a big heaping, whopping three cups of like 3 cups of spaghetti and meatballs and meat sauce, and they expect you to eat that whole thing. Right. That could cause issues down the road.
Right, and it has. And I mean, my brother and I both have the issue. We were forced to clean our plates when we were young, and we learned basically to overeat. And the one thing that I have told our son is, and I mean, when he was younger, I did it because that was what I was taught. You clean your plate. And since you and I have been together, and I've learned this new way of eating, it's kind of like we tell him, eat until you're full.
And
don't overfill yourself.
Let me say this. It doesn't matter if it's a big old heaping glob of spaghetti and meat sauce, or if it's a big old heaping glob of vegetables.
Right.
you shouldn't have to eat it till it's gone.
Right.
And I'm just saying, I don't want people to think I'm saying this because I'm anti-vegetarian. I'm not anti-vegetarian.
Right. No.
Just because I don't eat vegetables doesn't mean that I would say the same thing. If somebody puts a whole plate in front of you and it's a salad mixed with vegetables and you got rice, I mean, you got broccoli on one side, you got cauliflower, you got carrots.
Right.
You eat that until you're full.
Until you're full.
You know,
right.
It doesn't matter what's in front of you. It could be a mixture. It could be a piece of steak with some broccoli and some mashed potatoes.
Right.
Eat a little bit until you're full.
Right.
And I never knew that.
Right. And see, I get irritated. I've seen commercials where the parents are chasing their kids around. You have to eat this. Eat one more bite. And it's like, no. You let your kid eat till they're full. And if they don't want to eat what you have, then they don't eat.
But then the commercials that get me is
potato
bribe them to eat their vegetables. It's like, really?
Yeah, don't substitute something that's not healthy just to get them to eat. That's not.
It depends.
Typically, with a kid, when they get hungry, they're going to eat. The one thing that I have learned.
But you don't make them sit at the table until they eat.
No, you let them go play, but they will get hungry. A kid is going to get hungry.
But sometimes you can't make, like, if they don't like it, no matter how much you try. After about 3 or 4 times of trying to get them to like something, we have learned that every 5 or 6 years our palate changes.
Right, that is true. But
you might try it for their first couple of years and they might not like it, and then 4 years later they might surprise you and start eating it.
I will tell you this. From experience with my own child, with my nephews, with babysitting, because I babysat for years and years. When a kid is hungry, when you don't give them the option to have junk food or what they want, if you give them, this is what you eat or you don't eat, when they get hungry, they will eat it because their body needs food. I guarantee it. I will tell you.
Not always true.
Yes, it is.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
They got some kids that no matter what you think, no matter how hungry they are, they won't eat vegetables.
Yes, they will.
I was 12 years old.
You were given into.
Nah.
Yes.
Anyway,
when you wouldn't eat something, your uncle or your grandmother would give you what you wanted.
You are 100%. This is going to happen.
Because I know this for a fact. I'm not going to get into children.
We're not going to get into psychology about eating for children or adults because everybody's different.
Right.
We don't know. We are not in the field of that. We only know what our experience is.
Right.
So we're going to go from what we know.
Right. But we do learn from a young age to overeat.
Well, I ain't going to disagree with that.
Because parents in our society, in our culture, have taught you have to finish your plate. You have to eat what you give.
I don't think it's just parents. I think the parents can do a strict, but they can do, they can do what they can to keep their kids from overeating. But sometimes you can't help the kids when they're at school or when they're at a friend's house or when they're at a birthday party. You can only monitor if you want to keep your kids from overeating, you can do everything you can at home, give them the right portion size, stuff like that. But we all know if they go to a party and you can't always be around them. Right. So they can tend to overeat if they're at a party. It happens. But you can do your best to try to keep them from overeating at home. That you can do.
But you teach them.
But kids are kids. And if they're around a birthday party and your parents aren't around and they want to overindulge in cake and ice cream, they're going to do it.
They're going to. But
as long as you tell them when they come home, they say, Mom, Dad, I ate too much. Okay, well, what did you learn from it?
Right.
You asked them.
You
did it make your stomach hurt? Did your stomach ache? Did it make you tired? You ask them what it caused them. And if you can help them relate issues to what they've done.
Right.
Because when it comes to food, we all know kids like 5 and 6 year olds get around cake and ice cream and sweets.
Right. They will overindulge. But as a parent, it is your responsibility, if they do overindulge, to make it a teaching experience.
No,
give it a lesson. To make sure to put it in the mind of a child. Okay, learn something from this. How do you feel right now? Because we both have had that since we've had surgery. We have overeaten and we've had to throw up and we feel like crap for a day. And we've learned that. We made it.
I guess basically what I'm trying to say is this. As when it comes to teaching your children, some parents expect that. I've taught my child this. I've taught my child at 5 and 6 years old not to overeat because I don't feed them too big of a plate and send them off to a friend's house or to a party and expect their child to live by that same rule.
But that's not going to happen.
Right.
I know.
You get what I'm saying.
Right. I get what you're saying.
Some parents
you have to make. You have to give them learning lessons.
Right. You can't expect to send your child off to a birthday party and in your mind say, oh, well, for the past 4 years, I've taught them portion control. I've taught them not to eat so much and not to do this.
Right.
But when it comes around other kids, some of them are influenced. So they see other kids indulging in more sweets, and so they're going to want to dive into it.
Right.
Same when it comes to video games. It all, you can teach kids, 5, 6, 7 years old not to do certain things, but when they get around other kids, they think, oh, well, I want to do that.
But teaching is not just saying something. It's not just telling them.
You got to ask them.
No. You have to make examples. You have to let them learn from experience.
I know.
You have to let them overeat, and then you point out, how do you feel right now?
I go through this crap with you right now because when I ask you, what are you eating? Oh, I'm just eating a few almonds.
That's my thing right now.
I'm like, well, I worry that you're gonna start eating too much. I don't tell you not to eat them.
I know, but I use the almonds I can eat like 3 almonds, and I mean that's not a serving of almonds is 29 to 30 almonds.
All right, let's get to this article right quick of what I came across. She's an instructor, and there's these things that she really lives by when it comes to her triggers, and you have to go down. It's a little ways down.
Right, this is her.
Right, you have to go a little way. Like the first one, she talks about she does not participate in weight loss or body shaming conversations. Period. Even if it's like telling somebody, "Oh, you look good. Have you lost the weight?" She'll explain, that she doesn't involve in that because she feels, like she says about health and life, she don't want to inadvertently or purposely either offend or not offend or not make somebody's day.
Yeah, I used to be told by relatives that I would be so pretty if I lost weight. That's kind of a backhanded compliment,
Right.
Instead of saying you're pretty or you look nice, they would say if you lost weight you would look so nice. It's like,
I'm guilty of talking to you and say, oh, if that dude or that woman put on 10 pounds of muscle, they would look better and not so skinny. They wouldn't look so sick, So I'm guilty of it. And the other one, about the classes she takes, because if it has anything to do with things like,
I'm very particular about the classes I take and how the instructor motivates the participant.
Right. Like she'll say, way to get more dates at a bar or go on vacation or to be ready, like bikini body summer, stuff like that. She don't participate because it's not what you know. In her classes, she may talk about a body part in relation to which muscles to engage in.
Right.
Like, okay, you do this exercise and it engages your arms or engages your pecs. And then the other one, she said, that's the one that I was talking about mostly. She don't label food and exercise as good or bad.
Right.
And that's another thing that's another thing to talk about. Oh, pizza's bad for you. No, you can have a half a slice of pizza now. Right.
And
everything is good.
I love pizza, and I can go and have my keto pizza, and I don't have to feel guilty about it. Now,
and 2 years from now, you could have a slice of pizza with regular dough if you wanted to. Once you get out, it's not about good or bad choices. Only time it comes down to good or bad choices for food is if it affects your health.
Right.
Like people that might be that have a certain disease like cancer, certain foods might trigger their nauseousness. Different people are affected different. Right. Certain smells. Well. So only time food should be labeled good or bad is at how it affects you physically.
Right.
Like, for instance,
having a piece of dark chocolate, yes, it's sweet, but it also can help your heart.
Right.
As long as you do it in moderation. Anything, and that's something we both learned, is anything in moderation is okay as long as you don't overindulge in it.
Even regular people can have a reaction to certain foods like sugar and stuff.
Wait, we did do labeling.
Yeah, about
not afraid to mute or unfollow social accounts.
The brands,
very specific brands that you choose, because there are brands that have negative connotations or that promote negative things.
Right.
And I get that. There is certain religious companies that I don't do business with just
like when it says when they have diet, weight, bikini, booty, 6-pack, and then she checks herself, her thoughts, her behaviors, her patterns, can quickly become unhealthy. Right. So you have to keep yourself
in check.
And number 7 is
listen your body.
Intently to your body.
Right.
I learned this.
Right. I did have too.
Because of gallstones.
Right.
I particularly, and you've known this, when I have a certain pain, I can usually pinpoint it's okay.
Right.
But when I had learned nausea and pain at the same time, it was different.
Right.
And that's when I realized I had gallstones.
Right.
If you pay attention to your body will tell you better than you think.
Right.
And I didn't know that until this past 4 years of working out, weight loss.
Yeah, I have to listen to my body. If my
because
body,
my right leg.
Right. If I start to feel even the least bit full, I need to stop because.
Yeah, I learned that on our date night, huh?
Right.
Our
yeah,
recent
we finally
date
had
night.
a date night. But
and you
number 8,
consistent.
stay consistent with therapy, especially people who have eating disorders or
Right.
any type of trauma. I am going to put a link for the we saw this morning. I'm going to start putting that. It's not for children. It's for all.
You talking about what we saw on the news?
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's for all types of therapy. Because we both see therapists. We've both talked about the fact that we have mental illness. We're on disability for mental illness, and that's something I'm going to include in our description for videos to come from now and on. I'm going to put a link for the national service for mental health.
That's why I have this beautiful dog here, because he's always been, he's been my therapy dog before I met her.
Right.
And,
but
he's
a good boy.
He's always been my boy. I could tell him anything and ain't got to worry about nothing.
No. But that's going to be it for now. And like I said, today we talked about working out and diet, and this week is kind of going to be our fitness week. Our videos to come. I'm going to have a short come up tomorrow for him and his workout, and then my workout's going to be Wednesday. His full workout's going to be on Friday.
I think this is a new pattern. Every 6 weeks we change up. We do a 6-week program. Right. We take a week off and do nothing but cardio, and then we build us another weightlifting workout. So I think after every 6 weeks, 7 weeks, or the 8th week, we'll have a new video
about fitness and weight workout,
about how,
and then we'll have our workout.
Actually,
as well.
What we should do is after the 6 weeks, that next Monday video talk about how we feel after this regimen, after this program, and
on our week off.
On our week off, that Monday of our week off, or the Monday after.
Right.
And then once we build after our first week of the new regimen, we so like I said, we're going to start a new program where we can do things like that.
Right.
So that way we can just document how we feel.
Right.
And how
we're feeling, how each workout, how it feels when we start, and then how it feels once we're finished.
Right.
And we'll talk about that. We'll bring those workouts to you over the weeks that we do them and things like that. And let you know how those workouts are helping us, how our diets are helping us. Because he's right now doing meat, cheese. He's doing a carnivore with the little added stuff. Can't give up his coffee. And then I'm doing basically keto.
But I'm learning to get better on my
coffee. Keto. I don't have my fats up that high, but I'm still doing the bariatric keto.
Trying to do 50 carbs or less a day. Right. Not the extreme keto, which is 20 grams of carbs less.
But just the basic keto.
Like medium. Right. I would call it medium.
Right. So, if you like and subscribe, you want to see how our journeys are going, please subscribe. Leave us some comments. Let us know how you feel. We want to inspire. We want to talk to people.
Give us advice. If there's something that you think that we're doing different, or something we can do better, or something that can help improve with our fitness. The only thing that it won't improve is cardio, because that's just plain and simple. You either run or walk at whatever pace you can, or swim. I don't think there's anything you do to improve cardio.
Right.
You either run, walk, jog, swim. There's not much of cardio you can do.
Right. But any advice you have for us, anything that you want to talk about, just leave them in the comments below. And I do answer all comments that we get on our videos. So please like and subscribe, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.